Welcome to LTA. Let's talk about it. This channel is made, as you guys know, to bring men and women together. Unfortunately, there's a lot of disparity, like I mentioned before, and we are going to tackle certain topics. And we are going to read some emails. We are going to talk to some people. We are going to share and do a lot of networking. Okay. One of the biggest problems in society right now is literally you have two groups and everybody's going, no, I'm going on this side. I'm going on this side. I'm not going on anyone's side. I'm going on my side. And I hope you get on my side. Okay. Which is, we both need women. Both men and women need men and women. We need each other. And that's what it is. And we were such an excellent team for thousands of years. Okay? And all this conversation about, women were always oppressed, that is not true. Everybody was oppressed. Everybody was oppressed at a certain time, at a certain point in time. Okay? Men always needed women. Men always had women, period. Okay? And what society's portraying right now, or what feminists are portraying right now, or social media outlets, well, not media outlets, well, yeah, also media outlets are portraying right now, is all this war, and I don't need men, and men, you can't get married to somebody. No. Let's get off that horse. That horse is going to a cave in Transylvania. We're not going in that cave. We're not going to do that. Okay? We're going to go up the mountain and build a castle, or we're going offshore and build a nice house by the river, or even by the beach. Okay? Get some sun, have water there. Just an analogy. Anyway, I digress. Right. So, heartbreaks. On this channel, I will address heartbreaks. If you are going through a heartbreak right now, right? You're going through a heartbreak right now. You are not the only one. Okay? Don't think you are. You are not. A lot of people are going through the exact same things that you are going through, or even worse. The problem is that we get closed in our feelings and in our own ideas, in our darkness, and we get sad and we get depressed and we just stay there. So Jim Carrey actually has a great analogy about the difference between sadness and depression. Sadness is a momentary thing. It's a causality. There's something that happened that made you sad. It will go away because, just like being happy is something that happened that made you happy. Depression is when your body literally gives up. It'll be like, you know what? I actually don't want to play this character anymore. I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be in this place. I don't want it. I'm done with it. Okay? And I call it the sunken place because it is a sunken place. When you're depressed, you are at this specific place that is so hard to relate to people unless they are there or they've been there. But depression is such a personal thing. And that's one of the things that we will tackle, because depression, unless you have a medical condition that causes you to be depressed, some people have some imbalances, chemically imbalanced, hormones, or, something like that. I don't know the technical term. I'll look it up. That causes them, and they need some pills and stuff like that. Apart from that, I'm talking about like the normal depression, depression that you can overcome. Because I think that depression is one of those chronic diseases. You can't actually get rid of depression permanently. Depression, you have to have a certain predisposition for depression. So that means that you have been sad many times when you were a kid. That has conditioned you to be open for depression. Literally. That's my personal take on it. It's not a professional take. It's a personal take. That's why it's very important to have a happy childhood. Now, I think that to a certain degree, a lot of people, I'll say half of the population that have been sad for a long period of time, or really, really sad, reached the point of depression. I think so. So we will tackle that as well. Okay? It's a personal thing, but it doesn't have to be a lonely thing. Let that sink in for a second. Depression is a personal thing, but it doesn't have to be lonely. If you are going through a heartbreak right now, I recommend you do not, under any circumstances, close yourself down. Do not isolate yourself. Do not stay in the house under the cover. Don't do that. Instead, feel the pain. Embrace the pain. Take it. Pain is the most important component for growth and knowledge for maturity. Take it. Don't go on rebounds. Don't feed into your insecurity. You don't need anyone's approval to be good. Feel that pain. Understand that pain. Embrace the pain. Be the pain. Once you know the pain and you know where the pain comes from, you start breaking that sucker down. Now you will understand. Now, there's many levels to this, because a lot of people turn into blaming other people for their problems. I'll say don't do it though. Don't do it. Don't blame other people for your problems. Ask yourself, how did you get to the position that you are at right now? What did you do? Or what did you not do? Did you give it your all? Was it all about you? Or was it about your partner? Was it about the kids? Was it about the family? How did you land in that position? What decisions have you made that you can fully take responsibility for and say, yeah, I see it now. Once you nail that, once you clarify in your mind the process that you have been through that landed you in that specific mindset, now you are in a position to dissect. Okay? Open it. Take it piece by piece like a Lego part. All of these things take time. 3, 4, 5, 6 months. During this period of time, and I tell this to all my friends, if you've been in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, I would consider nowadays a long-term relationship like a couple of years, right? Or nearly 2 years. I think that's like a medium time. It's a long time to give to somebody. Of course, in a grandiose of thing, that's not really a long time. Long time is like 10 years, 6 years, 8 years. That's a long time. But if you have been attached to somebody for a couple of years, you need to understand that time is gone. That time is over, but it's not gone. You are that time. That time resonates inside you. You need to learn how to manage that time inside you and how to manage all the knowledge that you have acquired during that relationship. What happened? What is it that you have done? And then, what is it that has been done to you? Now, if somebody has done something to you, somebody hasn't done something to you, you have given that person the opportunity to hurt you. You have given that person the opportunity to play with your feelings. The whole time you had the power, and you still do. And I want you to understand that. People will only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Even people that lie and cheat and do things behind your back. Because people don't just wake up and do it. There's a process to it, unless you got involved with somebody that, used to do it before they got with you, and even during that period openly. Some people will openly do it. In that case, and our conversation is going to be a bit different. But you had a breakup, you're in that sunken place, you think that, either you need to get with somebody to feel that, to have that power back, because it's about power, isn't it? Or you feel like you're not good enough. I'm telling you right now, you are good enough. You're just not good enough for you. You're good enough for everyone else. Right? You're just not good enough for you. And I understand, of course, we want to be with somebody. When you want to be with somebody, you want to be with that person. You don't want to be with anyone else. That's the whole point of relationships and monogamy and falling in love with somebody. Absolutely. I'm team you all day. But at the moment, that's not possible. And I would give advice to both parties. Two different advice. And that's why on my first video, I told you guys all these things that we will be talking about. These are not for teenagers. It's for everyone that wants to take on board. But these are for grown folk. These are for people that want to have a relationship. Somebody 24, 25 onwards, that they want to build something with someone because their brain is different. Therefore, I'll give men one single advice. If whether you have cheated or you've been cheated on, you have hurt or you've been hurt, take the time to be alone. Who are you? Choose who you want to be and be that person 100% of the time, no matter how hard it is, no matter what it takes. You can be whoever you want to be, provided that you stop being the person that you are now. Because the person that you are now is in pain. You are in pain. You are suffering. You don't have to, but you are. Embrace that pain. It's part of the growth. It's good. Now, moving forward, what are you gonna do to prevent this situation from happening? What are you gonna do to be better? That's the question. So what I would recommend you do, you're a guy, you're 24, 25, 26 years old, or even a young guy, it doesn't matter, 21, 22, and I would recommend you hit the gym. That's the first thing I would recommend. At least 3 times a week. When you go to the gym, don't be on social media. Don't be on Snapchats, on Instagram, all that. Be without your phone. Use your phone only if you have some notes about the exercises or to play music. That is it. Get some good on-ear headphones that will literally cast everyone away. Be on your zone. When you're home, if you need to cry, cry. Don't worry. All the stuff that men can't cry, this is all BS. If you're sad and you want to scream and you want to be angry and you want to cry, cry. Cuss. Get it out. Do it alone. Do it by yourself on your own. Hit the gym. Check your meal. Men are methodical. We have a great sense of self-sacrifice. We are very cognitive. Very logical. And we like to build stuff, create stuff, conquer stuff. We're thinkers. do that. What is it that you like to do? Even if you like to play video games, that's fine. But don't just play video games. Read books. Listen to people like me. Listen to self-motivation speeches on YouTube. Connect with other people that are going through what you are going through. Not in a sense of like you need to speak with them, but read what they post. Post what you want. Don't post it in a way that you have to disclose to other people, or you're just sending, subliminal messages to, your ex-partner or whoever it is that you're trying to hit or to reach. Do it for yourself. Know your worth. You're insecure about the way you look? Look it up. What can you do to improve that? Right? What can you do to improve that? If you're fat, you can lose weight. If you're skinny, you can gain weight. If you're too white, you can get a 10. Right? Some people don't like it. That's why I'm saying this. Some people, they don't like being like really, really, really white. That's the problem. This I wouldn't advise. I'd rather you to be you, but you can get a 10. Right? You got beard, you can have a nice goatee done, a nice style. You got long hair, short hair. What is it? Go to the barbers. You got no hair, there's no problem. Shave everything off. Be bold. Whatever you are, take it. That's all you can be is you. But you can always be the better version of yourself. Stop being afraid. Get away from females. Relationships and love is very toxic. Get away from that for at least a year. Hang out with your friends. If you have intelligent friends, not just friends for, that will do frugal things. Just friends, to go and drink and get drunk and chase some women. Don't do that. Don't do that. Spend time with friends that like to read books and listen to, good music. Spend time with them, talk and, bond with the boys. Spend time with men while you hit the gym. Your testosterone level will raise. That's biology. Put yourself in a mental position where you are healthy enough and you're good enough, not just for yourself, for the next person. Because if you're not good for yourself, who you want to give yourself to? If you wouldn't take you, why do you think that the girl that you really want would take you? Why? Get your finances right. Right? Especially if you don't have any kids. You don't have any kids? You're living with your parents and you have no savings? What are you doing? You're wasting your life. Right? Consider these things. And whether you're going through a heartbreak or not, these things that I said are still valid for any person that is looking to get into a healthy relationship moving forward. Right? Get your finances right. Nobody says that you need to work 7 days a week. You can work 4 days, but work for more hours and have the other days for you. Have you time. Everybody should have me time. Everybody. We have this misconception in society. Once you're in a relationship, you are the relationship. No, you're not. You are one. Well, if it's two people, you are one half of the relationship. That's it. Right? Don't take the relationship as a burden, and don't take your shortcomings as a burden either. You need to drop all those bags, all that luggage that you're carrying around. And these are just excuses for your shortcomings, for the things that you are too lazy to do. So in a nutshell, don't get into any relationships after a heartbreak. Take some time for yourself. Write on a piece of paper, write down where you want to be in 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, a decade from now. It doesn't matter if you don't get there, as long as you're not where you are at the moment. Invest in yourself. I'm gonna say this again. Invest in yourself. You are worth it. Invest in yourself. All the things that you wanted to do them. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Invest in yourself. We all have a finite number of years on this earth. Stop thinking about what other people are thinking about you. What do you think about you? That's what I want to know. That's what you should want to know. What do you think about you? And if you have a problem, what are you doing to fix it? Oh, I'm too fat. It's too late for me. I'm 32. I'm never gonna. Who said that? We have technology nowadays. What are you talking? If you're willing to do the work, you can be whatever you want to be. But what are you doing? Invest in yourself. Stop investing on OnlyFans. Stop investing on prostitutes. Stop investing in drugs and cigarettes and alcohol and going out. Invest in yourself. You are worth it. You are good enough. Can you imagine? Do you realize that you are, on average, people are about 10%, 10 to 15% of what they thought they would be? Just imagine that. That means that in 100 things that you wanted to do, you did 10 or 15 out of 100. Why? Why? Invest in yourself. And the most important thing that you need to do as a man, the most important thing, stop chasing women. Okay, so that was for the boys. Now, I'm going to talk about the ladies. Women that have been through a heartbreak. We all know that most of heartbreaks that affect women is the fact that they were cheated. This is well documented. It doesn't mean that women that cheat more, because actually women cheat more at 51%, 1 more percent than men. It just means that society made it as society tells women that their value is just sex. That's it. That's it. That's all you. If you're not a sex symbol, if you're not out there on Instagram or whatever being half naked, you're not good enough. And if you think I'm wrong, do this. Close your Instagram right now. Yeah, right now. Close it. Delete it completely. Don't get any more social media. Do it. You can't do it because you've got a problem. You are so conditioned that you will not be able to survive without attention, without validation. Because everything that is created from women to women, by the way, it's all about insecurity. Makeups, eyelashes, all this extensions, all fake. They want you to be fake from a very young age. So when you're yourself, you feel like you're a foreigner. You don't feel like you're you. You feel like you're somebody else. But then when you're somebody else, yeah, that's who you want to be. That's, you know what I'm saying? You comfortable with that. That's the problem. I actually don't agree with that statistic about most of the problems in a relationship that, you know, that most women that go through heartbreaks because a guy got another woman. I don't think that's it. I think that a woman's biggest problem is a woman. Insecurity. That's 100% number one problem among women. Insecurity. The second one is seeking validation. Women are always seeking validation. Now, there's a correlation here with biology, and I'll get into that in a later video. And we all know that. Just like there's a correlation with us and being with men and being territorial and being a bit more aggressive. That's all biology. But women, number one problem for women, insecurity. Number two, validation. Now you ready? Okay. Number three, the number three biggest problem for all women are, drum roll, other women. So yourself, how people perceive you, and other women. All these three major issues, men are not involved in there. Maybe on the second. Okay? No man will ever turn down a woman. Probably nowadays, yes, because now we got the woke people. We got, this man, opening their eyes to a lot of things. But no man will ever turn you down because you didn't put your makeup, because you got a little bit of gut, because of this, because the men was not going to turn you down. We're not going to turn you down for it. I don't know. I mean, should I give you that on the second episode, or should I save it for later? I can give you that. I'll give you a little bit of knowledge about men. So what we're going to do is we're going to create 3 rules before I give, obviously, the advice for women that are going through a heartbreak. So these 3 rules are part of you as a woman being better after a heartbreak. So the number 1 rule that I recommend for every single woman to follow after a heartbreak, or even before a heartbreak altogether. Number 1 rule. I bet you guys don't know what I'm going to say. I'm building some suspense right now. Should I wait a minute? Number 1. Do not ever, under any circumstances, take advice about relationship from another woman. Boom. That's an atomic bomb right there. I'm going to repeat that. Don't ever, being a grown woman, 22, say grown, right, 24, 25 onwards, you had a heartbreak, you're having problems with your boyfriend, or even in general, don't ever, under any circumstances, take relationship advice from another woman. Now, there's some exceptions to this, even though I said any circumstances. Sometimes exceptions are 2 different things. So I'll give you some exceptions. Okay? If the woman has been married for 10 years plus, and the woman has a successful marriage. Now, keep in mind, successful marriage doesn't mean that there's nobody cheated, nobody hurt, nobody said mean things. Successful marriage means that there were all those things, but they were overcome. They overcame it. They successfully went through those hardships and came out on the other side stronger. Yes, in that situation, listen to this woman. She knows what she's talking about. I'm telling you right now. She took oh my God, she endured more things that you could ever imagine. Listen to this woman. Number 2, the second exception is if this is a therapist. If this is a woman that is 45 plus, she's married, and she's a therapist, she's a certified therapist, she will be able to give you some insight, because therapists, they try to be as neutral as possible. What I've learned was that therapists in certain countries like Britain, for example, Britain is a country where women are very, very much brainwashed to be bad, and they are sponsored by the government. The government literally rewards bad behavior from women in Britain. So like blaming people for things that they didn't do, make up lies about men, don't let them see their kids, things like that. Or, they get pregnant by a random, give them a house. These are things that happen in Britain. I know, I've lived there for 10 years. Where was I? Therapist. If this is a therapist, she's married, She's got kids. She's 45 plus. Yes, she will give you some good advice. And last but not least, the last exception is if this is your grandmother or your great grandmother and she's a widowed, she will give you good advice. Now, there are some exceptions because grandparents sometimes they're a little bit like they just want you to be happy, they want to be accepted, and there's some other things that play into place. But if you have a strong grandmother, if you messed up, she'll tell you straight, you shouldn't do that. If you don't have parents or grandparents, they'll tell you when you did something wrong that you shouldn't do it. There lies your problem. Okay? There lies your problem. Any parent should be able to tell their kids when they're in the wrong. Any parent should be able to tell their kids when they're in the wrong. Even in a relationship. You don't need my son does something wrong, hurts a girl, he's messing too many girls. I'm going to tell him, why are you doing that for? If that was your sister, would you like that? If that was your daughter, would you like? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell him straight. No, what you're going to do is you're going to break up with the one that you don't want and keep one, or break up with everybody. Okay? But what you're not going to do is cheat and lie, because then that says a lot about you as your character, and which says about a lot about me, because I'm your dad. And every parent should have that. When your kids are bad to other people, this reflects on you. You are a bad parent. Because you're not telling your kids you shouldn't do that. Right? If you guys break up and you go on social media back and forth, your parents should be able to tell you, why are you being toxic? If you have kids, you don't let one of the parties see their kids, your parents should tell you, why don't you let him just see his son? Or why don't you, do you know what I mean? If you break up and now you going on a rampage of sleeping around, your mother should tell you, stop being a slut. Period. So, apart from these three exceptions, don't ever take relationship advice from a woman. Period. Only these exceptions. These are the only exceptions that I would take. Now, you're a woman, you had a heartbreak. The first thing you need to do, don't talk bad about your partner. It reflects on you. You're probably going to talk bad about your partner to your friends. Yeah? To your friends. Some of your friends are jealous of you. I know you didn't know that. I'm going to tell you right now. This is for everybody. Some of your friends, co-workers, colleagues, neighbors, family members, they are jealous of you. And a lot of people think that, no, because this is my cousin, or this is my aunt, or this is my brother. No, jealousy is a disease. Okay? Some of your friends are jealous of you. They can't wait for you to tell them more bad things about your partner, so they feel good about themselves, because they know they're not good enough in their relationships anyway. And some people focus on your shortcomings, on your issues, so they can feel better about their relationships. And women like to do this all the time. They go about spreading stuff about their partners all the time, all day, every day, and they think that this is normal. It's not normal. You shouldn't do that. Okay? So that's the number one thing you're not going to do. If it's over, it's over. If they ask you about it, oh yeah, no, we broke up, yeah, everything. Are you okay? Are you serious? What happened? Oh no, nothing happened. We just, amicably decided to break up, or he broke up with me because he thinks it's best, but I agree, or I broke up with him because he thinks it's best. This is it. This is the generic. No matter what happened, this is what you're gonna do. You're not gonna be the bitter one. You're not gonna be the angry one. You're not gonna be posting stuff on social media. You're not gonna be chasing him and doing some stuff that is immature and is stupid. Because you're not immature, neither are you stupid. Right? You're going to be a grown-up about it. And the chances of you going back together, if you're toxic, will be much slimmer than if you act supportive and you act like a grown-up, even if he cheated on you. At the very least, don't talk to him if you don't want to, but don't talk bad things about your partner. Don't let other people know what happened, what transpired in your relationship. Also hit the gym. Also read books. Also have me time. Don't get into rebounds. Don't be posting stuff. Don't be posting selfies, naked stuff, small clothes. Don't be entertaining people that you know you're not going to go anywhere because you're feeling lonely. All of that is toxic. And you're just making yourself more toxic for your next relationship. You're not growing. You're not going through the pain. You're just covering it up. And you're putting that in your luggage. Then they will go back to your next relationship and be worse. Don't break up because you have a problem. Break up because you can't overcome it. This is completely different. If you have a problem, your job in a relationship is to disclose that problem to your partner and ask their help to help you overcome that problem. That's why you should only be in a relationship with somebody that you truly trust, with somebody that looks up, not down, up. They look up to you. Don't be in relationships with people that talk about you to other people, people that mock you, that make fun of you to other people. Your partner should be the last person to make fun of you. Unless, obviously, you guys are joking. That's different. I'm talking about to other people. Right? I'm a joker. I'm always joking. But I would never say bad things about my partner to anyone. You don't do that. Period. And the most important thing that you need to do to overcome this heartbreak that you are going through, you ready for this? Is the most important thing that you need to do. Don't be available. This is only for women. Let that sink in for a second. Don't be available. When you're available, it confuses things. When you're available, people that hurt you, they can't really recognize what they did. They can't really appreciate your absence because you're always there. Don't be available. I'm not saying get out of your way and, specifically to go this and hide and no. Just don't be available. When you get hurt, don't be available. Have a me time. When you get hurt, from 6 to 12 months, it is your absolute right as a woman to be 100% selfish. Now, you need to make sure that you got hurt. You didn't hurt people and then playing the victim. Okay? If you gave yourself to somebody and that person promised you that you guys would be together, that person, you knew you was a monogamous relationship, the person would be there for you, and he got too hard and the person, ditched you, the person left without giving you a proper solid explanation, then you have the right to be selfish. Yeah, absolutely. Because when you love somebody, you don't give up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I like to do. I like to talk to people. I like to network. I like to connect. And I like to think outside of the box. And maybe a lot of things I'm saying, people are thinking it, but nobody's saying it. And that's what I like to do. It has been emotional. And I wish you guys refer to this video anytime. Listen to it over and over again. And once again, any questions, any stories you'd like to share, send us an email. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, support what we do, please do so. Make it as to this can be a permanent thing. Let's bring men and women together. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for listening to LTA. Bye-bye.